Hello everyone, so let's go through and talk about the vote that's happened. I mentioned a while back that people voted on what mobile suits they wanted to get in Battle Operation 2. If I remember rightly, the way that it was done is that it was a giveaway when it comes out in the West. And the vote is now over, so these are the winners. We got the Zaku 1 GS, more or less just like the standard Zaku 1. We got the Blue Destiny Unit 1. That is going to be a nightmare for people. The exam system makes it a little bit tougher to deal with, and its rockets are pretty nasty. If I remember rightly, it can dash and fire those, which stagger people. That's going to be a bit of a problem for people to deal with at a lower cost. We got the Pixie, one of my favourite suits on the entire game. It's a very nice stealth suit. If you can get really good with it, then you're creeping up on people, you're knifing them in the back, throwing grenades at them, getting all kinds of sneaky kills, getting behind enemy lines, hitting them, then running away quick. That's what it's good at. Giving somebody that for free is something I didn't expect. I love the way as well here. This is just a little nitpick. We've got the model clipping through the arm there slightly. Yeah, we've got the mass production type gun cannon. This one, people said that it was really good when it came out. To be honest, I prefer the other variant, just the standard gun cannon because of its beam sniper. But this one has, I think it's dual machine guns, and then it also has the bullpup. It's a pretty good thing. I've seen some people complain about being on the receiving end of it, but it's another suit that staggers. Bit of a tongue twister there. It's another suit that staggers like most suits in this game now, and it's pretty nasty to deal with. And we've got the Granddaddy Gundam. You just know it was going to be in there somewhere. I love the way they're showing it off with the Gundam Hammer here. The Gundam Hammer is pretty powerful if you can get people by surprise with it, or if they're unlucky enough to be on the receiving end. Otherwise, the standard Gundam, I think it's got one role. It's got the beam rifle, it's got the bazooka, the sabers, and the Gundam Hammer here. It's a really good starter suit, just to get used to the game, get used to the way everything works. I really do enjoy it, so that's a neat addition. Number 6 here, we got the Ground Gundam. This was a free pre-registry thing for people in Japan for quite a long time. So it meant that if you pre-registered the game, you got the Ground Gundam immediately. This boy was a really fun suit to play as. It still is, provided you get it at higher levels. It's got one swing on its beam saber, which isn't too good. It's got a dodge roll, which most suits on release didn't have at the time, apart from I think it was the Jim Kai. It's got the flare bomb launcher, the Vulcans, and the beam rifle. The beam rifle was really good, so you can get some decent kills with that. We got the full armor Gundam here. The full armor Gundam is really nice. I do like it. It's a nice support suit. It's got the double beam rifle, which you can sort of pace your shots to get more damage. You've got the cannon on the back, which does a lot of damage, and it's really nice as a support suit, but it feels more like you can take it from being a support role of just shooting artillery at people. You can take it up close and give people a run for the money, so I do like that aspect of it. It's got a wide set of uses that you can get out of it in terms of it being either a long-range support role, or maybe you can move it in and be sort of mid-range support. We've got the Dwarge here. The Dwarge has that crazy axe. If I remember rightly, it's got the flash bomb, the bazooka, the axe, and the heat saber. I could be wrong because I've not played too much as it. All I remember is that axe does a lot of damage. So yet again, another bazooka wielding unit with a strong melee weapon. Not something you want to be on the receiving end of. Then we've got the Goof Custom, along with the Ground Gundam. These two were some of the first event suits to be released. We had the Gundam and the Gelgoog, and then if I remember rightly, very early on we had, apart from the Ground Gundam being a pre-registry suit, we had the Goof Custom as well. This thing at lower level does rip through armor pretty well with its Gatling gun, and I do like the stun that it has with the mid-range attack compared to the sword that it's got. Pretty versatile, pretty nasty. Not so much in high cost from what I've I've seen, but definitely at low cost it can chew through quite a couple of suits. And then lastly, we got the Zam. So this is crazy how they're giving away the standard Zam now, because normally you have to be a certain level to get it, or just roll in the gacha, or get it from the RT store. The Zam is a really big suit that you can take down when you've got enough suits focused on it, or when you have its weakness, which is red suits, because it's a support. It's not invincible, but it does hit really hard. It's got multiple different types of cannon that it can switch between really quickly. It's got a standard sniping shot, which is just like a straight projectile, and then you've got an arcing shot, which is the better one, personally, that I find, because it can hit multiple targets at the same time. It's got a missile pod on it, and then I think apart from that, the only other thing it's got is its melee counter. But yeah, it's a really nice long-range artillery support suit. You can be really nasty in close areas with it, and that arcing shot for getting multiple suits is really good. So the final leaderboard that we've got here, these are all the suits that are coming up. Like, we've just gone through them here. It's neat. I want to know why people picked those on top of everything else, unless they saw videos and just thought, you know what, let's just pick these based on how we've seen them used in videos. I'm still surprised at some of them, but if this is like people have been saying, where they're giving these away for the Western audience to catch up with, in terms of giving them suits that will allow them to not sort of get chewed up immediately if they're merging all the servers together. If that's the case, be some nice suits to get for free. If not, I want to know what the whole idea was. You know, if they're not merging servers, what the whole idea was. You know, giving somebody, say, the Pixie for free or the Zam for free. It's really weird. Even the full armor Gundam. There's a lot of speculation as to what's going on with Battle Operation 2 and its Western launch. I'm keeping kind of on top of it at the moment. We're just sort of... The Battle Operation 2's community in general is just kind of wondering what's going on, speculating things, and hopefully these speculations will lead to a good launch. Get some more people playing with us and see how well it does. Either way, coming 2019, if it's not coming September, I imagine it'll be the end of 2019 that this gets launched, so Q4, which is anything from like now till December, really. This is something that we've been speculating for a long time. But yeah, it's interesting in the way that they've got this set up. Not so much like with the Gundam and the ground type, because they, like I said, they were there at launch. Because they've got the ground type, it makes sense that they'd throw in the Goof Custom. Not so sure, like I said, again, about the mass production gun cannon, because that was brought out later on. So was the Pixie. The Blue Destiny unit was a big thing, if I remember rightly, when it first came out. And the Zam, like I said, it hits really hard. So I don't know what their idea is, other than just giving people really decent suits for when they first start out, just so they can play catch up. If this is a fresh server, though, that's crazy. You're gonna have a lot of people sneaking around as the Pixie and trying to use exam for the first time here, potentially sniping people at range with the full armor and the Zam. I imagine this is just me throwing a little bit of shade on the Blue Destiny, but I think the Blue Destiny, the Ground Gundam, the Granddaddy Gundam, and the Zaku 1 might be overshadowed here by everything else just because of how effective they are. Could be totally wrong about that. Anybody else that's in the Battle Ops community and thinks I'm wrong here, please tell me why, because I want to know. Some of these suits, you can see people using them differently to as they were intended. So I always like knowing how I can get the most out of my suit. So if I'm wrong, please tell me so I can correct that, or alternatively I can see how people are using suits and potentially up my game here. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed. What did you guys think about this? The final voting list. What do you make of the way that these all came in. What do you think you're going to enjoy the most out of the game when it first launches in terms of these suits? Leave your comments down below, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!